everybody, it's Cody, Dixon RC here. So today I'm going to unbox a new build. I was trying to just figure out what to do next. I built a couple of cool things last year and the beginning of this year. Don't really know what else I really want to do. So I saw, Asia Tees, of course I'm with the Asia Tees dealer, so I look at all the stuff that they've got that's in stock. A lot of stuff isn't really feasible for me to stock over here because of shipping and things like that, especially now shipping has skyrocketed to make it almost impossible to carry a lot of things that they have over there in order for me to sell it to you guys, because I have to ship it again when it gets over here. Anyway, that's beside the point. So I've looked over there a bunch and I've always seen this kit called the Run80 kit. It's made by RcRun, which is I think they're a distributor or something of G-Made and Junfac, stuff like that. So it's one of those companies. And it's designed, the chassis is designed for the Team Raffee LC80 Land Cruiser SUV body. And that's what it's made for. Like, that's what they built it for, period. I'm sure other stuff will fit in it. I'm pretty sure. So it's a front engine, the shocks and springs are separated like a real one. It has a spring perch, the whole deal, the whole 9 yards. It's got a radiator and a working fan, the whole 9 deal. So I was like, you know what, let's do one of those. It's different, it's new, something for you guys to see. I'm sure you've seen it before. I'm gonna try and do a LC80 overland type build, maybe with a rooftop tent and an awning and the whole deal like that, kind of a weekend warrior kind of build. I don't have the body yet. They're not in stock. They're coming soon, apparently, is what Jason told me. So I'm going to get it and of course get the roof rack and the ladder and the spare tire, the whole deal. I've already got vent visors here for it. I've got hood hinges to be able to cut the hood out to make it so I can have the hood open so you can see this motor. Of course, this motor isn't exactly the right one. Don't know why they wouldn't have spent a bunch of money or spent a little bit more money to make it a legit like V8, Toyota V8. It's close, but not exactly. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I may change my mind. I may just go to a street kind of car kind of deal. I don't know. And I don't know how long it's gonna take either because of the body. We're gonna unbox this chassis here now so you guys can see what it is. I've got 2 more in stock here to ship. They are not cheap. These things are about $440 plus shipping, which is a little bit more than you can buy them on AliExpress or whatever them companies are that you can buy from over there. But I have them. They won't take 2 weeks to get them, or a month to get them, or however long it takes, depending on whatever it is you get. My prices is right around what it would cost if you bought one from Asia Tees ish. It's probably maybe a couple bucks more. I did not buy these from Asia Tees. I bought these from RcRun, like from them specifically. So all we're going to do today is unbox it. Now the majority of this stuff is built already, so putting it together, I may do one little quick video of it built as a roller. Maybe not even a roller because I haven't really decided what wheels I'm going to run yet. I've got to find some Toyota-esque style wheels, or if I'm doing an overland build, I could technically run whatever I want. So we'll see. I don't know. So that'll be simple. The build will be pretty easy to go. I don't know electronics. Probably won't put nothing crazy extravagant in here. I might put a fusion here if it'll fit inside the spot, only for ease of usage of like an ESC. I'm also looking to try and get some Tekin stuff in here, and getting one of their little small ESCs would be cool as well. But anyway, that's for down the road. So hang tight and we'll come around. We're going to open this thing up and look at all the stuff inside of it. I have peeked in here. It is really rad looking inside of here, the way they box this up and package it. So just hang tight and we'll go over all the things. So let's open this thing up and see. So when you get this, it's just this box here, Run80, simulation frame, RcRun, RC Model Club. That's really about all it says. It has RcRun China. It's got an email address on the side of it. That's pretty much it. It doesn't have anything else. It kind of shows the chassis together with the body, or with the interior that it comes with, or not with, excuse me. That's a separate piece that Raffee makes. I think there's some other companies out there make it as well, but it does show it with the body on it as well. So that's pretty much it. Everything else on each side just says RcRun. Now, when you first open this thing up, it is kind of crazy because it's all of the links, the bumper mounts, link mounts, like springs, shocks, those are all the links. The drive shafts, they're all in their individual little spot. Now the instructions, we'll go over that in a little bit. I'm going to move that somewhere, excuse me. So here's everything. Not everything, but the majority of all the stuff that you've actually got to bolt on. All these little pieces, links, bracketry, things like that. I do like this spring perch idea, how, you know, the spring fits into, you know, that kind of holds it in place so you don't. I always wondered when they built this, you know, looking at pictures, how in the world this stuff wouldn't just fall off whenever you articulate. Because if you go out actually trailing this thing and that actually happens, then that kind of defeats the whole purpose of how this should work. So we got a bumper mount. This is a bumper style mount thing here. This is what actually the body slips into. It's got body, the body has these little slits that it slides into here. Nice little shocks with nice little rubber. It doesn't feel like there's very much, maybe there's a way to, they do have a nice, it does say RcRun on them. That's pretty cool. Links, like little trailing arm links, things like that. They're really just, you know, they are metal. They are probably not a legit metal, good metal. They're probably pot metal. Of course, I don't have a magnet anywhere near. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I can use that. Oh, they are. They are legit metal because they are magnetized. So it's not a super pot metal-y style, which is nice. It's good to know. It seems like each little, like that link there had RcRun tagged on it. So just normal metal drive shafts, nothing crazy. They do see RcRun on them. They do have a part number. They are nice splined, and they are not in phase, it looks like. But I think you can put them in phase. Yes, so they are in phase. You can put them in phase. Now, the downside to this kit that I have seen so far is there are no spare parts that I can find. Now, I haven't looked really that hard. I haven't looked on AliExpress and things like that, but talking to the guy that I've been talking to, I told him we needed spare parts over here because that's pretty much the reason why nobody's buying it, in my opinion. All right, so we'll go over axles, just a decent offset axle. Looks like a SCX10 style. Of course, just like every other one, it's got a daggum E-clip on it. Let's see if I can get it to show. Yeah, E-clip like all other Chinese axles. It does have a CVA, which is nice, instead of it being a dog bone or something like that, which is what I feared that it would probably be. That's good there. Rear's about the same way. It's got holes for the leaves. Not leaves. This thing doesn't have leaves. But it should be pretty good. It feels pretty good. of course, I'll pull this off and I'll check grease, make sure it's got enough grease in it. That kind of deal there. Front motor with the transfer case setup is this is a massive unit. I don't really know how it's set up inside of it, but it looks like it's probably, that looks more like a 48 pitch style in there. I will take this apart as well to check. I want to check and make sure it's got grease in it. I want to check and make sure how it goes, because when I show you the instructions, you'll understand why I want to do it, because it doesn't really show you anything in there. Little bags of screws, nuts, bolts, hexes. It does come with metal hexes, which is better for the amount of money you're spending on it. Just regular nuts and bolts. Just more nuts and bolts. And some spacers, more nuts and bolts. Now, they are kind of labeled, but not really. They're labeled, you can't read them. I can't read them. I don't know if you can, but just more nuts and bolts. So probably one of those things you kind of got to figure out what goes where. So this looks to be just little basic, probably because the radiator that's on the chassis is supposed to have it's got a little fan that actually spins. Looks like it's got a little belt set up right here. You can see the belt. Let's pull this out. We'll look at it. I want to look at it. I haven't taken it out yet. Come on. Let's take out this setup here. So the way that it's supposed to do, I don't know how it works, but it's supposed to actually spin and the belt actually turns. Is the way I thought I'd read that anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. How about that? It has like a little tensioner that you can actually move. That's cute. So it does, if you do spin it, it does spin. That's pretty cool. I don't know how it actually works though, because this just bolts to the end of this here, which having this extra space in here may mean that we'll be able to run a fusion motor, which would be nice because that would free up space. That's really all I'm worried about for that. So we'll put that back in there. I do like it's got a cool little tensioner looking deal. So let's look at the chassis. It is a base. It's very weird. See how wide it is and how skinny it gets. I guess that's normal because that's kind of the way they actually are. Everything is kind of loosely bolted in. It needs to all be really tightened in. The servo goes here. I think, I'd imagine that's where that goes. That's what that looks like. Man, that's going to be really tight. Anyway, springs, spring perches in the back, same as it does. It's got little ones in the front as well. So that should probably, because it's not going to articulate that much in order for the spring to fall out. So that's the way it should work anyway. Lots of holes, lots of adjustments. There's holes everywhere in this thing. So I guess you could adjust the majority of all these things if you needed to get it however you want it to fit. It is not a normal C-channel like you see on like an axial or a Traxxas. It is a C-channel on the outside, but it also actually has another piece on the like a smaller C-channel that probably goes in this way, so it makes it extra tight, or not extra tight, extra strong, things like that. It should not have a lot of movement. It's probably still going to move a little bit, but I mean, you know, because it's a Chinese setup. So not too bad. It should be pretty interesting. It should be pretty straightforward to build as well. I don't think it would be very hard to build this. Majority of it's already put together. That kind of makes it a little bit easier to do. I'm going to move those here because they'll flatten out. Now, I'm going to put this back so we can talk about it. All right, so now the next thing is the instructions. Now, it's instructions, okay, but it's not instructions like you're used to as far as building a Traxxas or an axial or something like that. It does kind of show everything, but it is very, there's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I mean, there's like 9, 10 pages. That's it. Oh, 8 pages. 8. That's it. That's all that's in here. It shows everything. It shows where you need to have certain screws, and of course all this is already put together, so you don't really have to worry about that. Only thing you really do is tighten it. Then it tells you how to do the engine, which that's already together. It shows you how to put that there, all the little extra deals. That's what's also in that box or that bag, is all the accessory stuff for the motor, like the snorkel, you know, the intake box and stuff like that is what it's supposed to look like. Now, the problem with it is it does not show you in here how to install a motor, like how you put it in, how you're supposed to let it hold, or you know, what holds it, things like that. It does not talk about that. It talks about how to put the axles together. It does show kind of what you're supposed to install. I mean, it kind of talks about it. I don't know. It's very simple, very basic. I mean, I'm sure. Oh wait, there's the motor there. So it does show kind of how to put it together, but it doesn't really show it any more past that. So, and it has no links for the link, you know, whatever link you have, it doesn't have a length. So you don't really know what length you're supposed to run. It's going to be fun. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you that. Now, don't let that deter you. If you really want to build one of these and you really wanted to build like a Land Cruiser 80 chassis or body, this is the chassis to go with. I know you can fit it on pretty much everything, but the amount of accessories that like Raffee makes for their body, they make that full interior that just bolts into the body with like 4 screws. You can paint it whatever color you want, and there you go. And then all the extra things you've got for this thing, like I've got these are vent visors. I mean, I bought these from just some eBay site or whatever, but I'm gonna do these tent, you know, like I think some of the bodies where you get, whoever you get them from, do come with these. I got them just in case it didn't, so we'll see. But of course, I bought these little hinges for the hood because I'm going to cut the hood open, make sure it opens and closes like it's supposed to. Doors, not so much. The interior is not a full like door kit kind of deal, but still pretty cool. I think this is going to be neat. It's something different for me. It's not a normal style you know, what you've seen me build, whether it be a G-Made or a Cross or, you know, whatever. So this is going to be cool. I do have another build that I'm going to try and do now that I have RC4 Drive, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that, I'm now an RC4 Drive dealer, an authorized dealer. So there's something on there that I saw that I really want to build, and it's not a TF2 or a 3. Just watch. It's going to be a Lexan build, but it's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. If I can figure out a way to match the color, it's going to be really cool. But I'll be doing that build as well as this one, because I don't know how long, like I say, I don't know how long the body's going to be before it's actually in. So I kind of have to just do what I can. I'm going to build this and have it ready to go, figure out what wheels I'm going to run. Tires, I don't know yet, because I got to wait for the body to figure out how it sits on this chassis to see how much room I have. But that'll be it. I think that'll be pretty much all. I got some other things going on, builds. We got lots of shows coming up. We got Wet n Wild 3 in Columbus on the 26th of this month. I'll be there with the store for that. Next month, I'm going to Cherokee Rock Village for the Scale Nationals. It's sometime in April. I can't remember the date exactly, but it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday deal. I'll be there on Saturday to sell and to check out the comp stuff. I'm not super big into it, but I think it's really cool what they do and things like that. Then in May, I will be attending Beat the Creek in Kentucky. I will be there all 2 days. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. So be sure and come up if you can make it to any of those, whether it be to come say hey or to come competition or to drive. Beat the Creek's a big G6 style event, so lots of trails, lots of things to do. And then that's it. So you guys come and see me if you go to any of these events. And if you need any more info, just shoot me a message and I'll get you whatever info I can. And that'll be it. So we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, and all the other things. And shoot me a comment. I'd like to talk to you about all this stuff. So we'll see you next time.